Hi, 大家好. This is John Wang. Now it's our 7th online Q&A class. How have you been doing? I hope everything okay. So today is our number 7th Q&A class. Okay, so as always, I believe asking questions is the best way to improve your Chinese. You have your question, you ask a question, you get the answer, you improve. Just very easy. So if you have any questions, just feel free to let me know. You can type your question in the chat box so I can see it directly right now. Then I answer your question right now. And if later you saw my video later, you can also type your question on the comment section. I also will reply you. So you get the answer, you improve. Good. As always, I'd like to share with you some questions my student asked me this week. First is a question from Rob in America. He asked me, is that sentence correct? This one. He said, 多照几张照片. 多照几张照片. I know it means take more pictures. For example, you go traveling, so I ask you, make sure to take more pictures. Is that correct to say 多照几张照片? What do you think? Yes, it's correct. That's a very classic structure. 多 do something in Chinese. 多 do something means do something more. For example, we Chinese people will often say 多喝热水, drink more hot water. We kind of love hot water so much. If you get sick, your mother said 多喝热水. If you feel not comfortable, stomachache, your mother said 多喝热水. Seems like 热水 can help you with anything. It doesn't make anything, just the 热水 is a good way to solve them. 多 do something, always 多 do something. 多照几张照片. Here, 照 is take picture. Here is to take 照片 picture. So take 几张 means a few pictures. 几 normally could be a question word. Could be how many, for example, 几个人, how many people. But it also could be a few. If in a declarative sentence, it means a few, it's not question. So take a few more pictures. Good. 好. Then, second one I want to share with you is another sentence from my students. First, I'd like to ask you, is that sentence correct? 我三天没运动. 我三天没运动.我 literally I 3 days 没 didn't 运动 sports or do exercise. So I haven't been doing exercise for 3 days. Is that correct? Is it wrong or it's correct? Yes, it's correct. So duration, 3天 is the duration. Normally, as we said, the duration you put after verb. Normally, if you say I have been do exercise for 3 days, if there's no 没, you will put duration after 运动. Definitely, you will say 我运动了3天. I've been doing exercise for 3 days. But if it's a negative, we put the 3 days duration before 没, before the verb and before 没. We say 我3天没运动. Maybe people want to emphasize, make it strong. It is 3 days which I didn't do any exercise. So remember, the negative, you put duration 3 days before 没. 我3天没运动了. 我1个星期没喝可乐了. I haven't drink cola for 1 week. That's true. 我1个星期没喝可乐了. 我3天没喝咖啡了. You put 3天1个星期 duration before the negative. 没. Okay. If you have any questions, just please feel free to let me know. Okay, good. Oh, hello, Rob. Are you here? I'm very happy you're here. And you said 明白。Good, good, very good. 好的。Then let's say continue. So next one. 这个。By the way, 我游了1个小时的泳。That's the duration. 1 hour is the duration. So 我游了1个小时的泳。In this case, we split 游 and 泳 because we consider 游泳. 游 is a verb. 泳 is a noun object. So you put the duration between verb and object. We say, I swim 1 hour kind of swim. Okay. So the first swim is verb. Second swim is a noun. 我游了1个小时的泳。我游了1个小时泳。On this paper, the question is, should I use the or I shouldn't use the? That's also a question from another student. The answer is both are okay. It doesn't matter. If you put the, it's okay. If you don't put the, it's also okay. People say both. 我游了1个小时的泳。我游了1个小时泳。都可以，没关系。So both okay, it doesn't matter. 好 the next one. Also another sentence. I'd like you to tell me it's correct or wrong. 这个周末我要看孩子。If you look at here, this kan, if you look at the Chinese character, normally for this character we will pronounce kan. For example, 看电视 to watch TV, or 看电影 watch movie. But here you notice I wrote 看 first tone. First tone. Am I wrong? No, actually, for this character there are two ways to pronounce it. 周末我要看孩子。If you pronounce the first tone, this 看 means not means look at. Means look after. So 周末我要看孩子。At the weekends, I need to look after my child. 看孩子 or children. We're not sure if children or child, because in China, it's no problem put plural or simple. So 孩子 could be 1 child or 2 children. You don't know. Of course, you can put a 们 after 孩子 to make it plural. But if you don't put the 们, it's not really means only 1. It just means it could be both 1 or many. Okay. The important thing here is 看 the first tone. 看 means look after. Look after children, look after your dog, or look after your father, your parents, like this. 周末我要看孩子。Good. Then let's continue. So start B says 不对，不对 yeah, please try to explain. 不对 means not correct. So could you explain it? Yes. Let's continue. 好，这个 someone asked me. She said, how do you say I would like to talk about my family. The main thing is this about. You know, about in Chinese is 关于 something, is about something. But can I say 我想说关于我的家人. Is that correct? 我想说关于我的家人. In English, I'd like to talk about my 家人 families. Actually, it's not correct. Because in Chinese, normally if you say talk about, think about, you don't need really to say about. We just say talk. We'd like to talk my family. We don't really say about. Okay. Here is the sentence, the correct sentence. 我想说说我的家人. We Chinese people, we like to duplicate the verb to make it soft. and polite. 我想说说我的家人。I'd like to talk about my family. You just say 说说 you don't say 说关于。But if you really want to say this 关于 this about, maybe you prefer to say about, so where you put this about. Definitely you will not put it after 说. You will not say 说关于. You will put the about at the beginning, like this. And make it closer so you can see it. 关于我的家人. In Chinese, it's okay to say this way. 关于我的家人. About my family, 我想说 I like to say. This way is okay, but you have to say about first, kind of regarding or about the topic, my family. Then I give you the comment. You know, there's a very classic sentence structure, the topic comment structure. So in this way, it's kind of a topic comment structure. The topic is about my family. Then the comment I tell you, I want to say, 我想说. Okay, good. 好. Let me have a check. Say how do you say like about? Like we watch the video about the word. We watch a video about the word and we talk about yesterday. In this case, if you say we talk about yesterday, you will not say about. You just say 我们昨天说的那个 video 那个视频。You know, 我们昨天说 then yesterday we talked about. We don't say about, we just say yesterday we talked. 我们昨天说 then you put the 视频. This the is like of 的视频 like the video which we talked about. 我们昨天说的视频. You don't say about. Don't say about. Also, if you want to say about, you have to put the about at the beginning. You can say 关于 that's about. 关于我们昨天说的那个视频 about the video we talked about yesterday. Okay. But if you say I watched the video about the word, that about is okay to say. You can say 这个 but you say that way. 这个视频 this video 是关于 it is about. 这个视频是关于世界经济 economics or other things. That is okay. It is about. That is okay. But you don't say talk about, think about, let about. Very good question. Very good question. 好 here is so start B. You have a question. You said 想还是想要 difference 是什么想还是想要 difference 是什么 So you know 想 means I want something. I want something. 想要 is more like I'd like to have. I'd like to have. For example, especially in the restaurants, if you want to order something, you will say 我想要一杯咖啡 I'd like to have 1 cup of coffee. But you don't say 我想一杯咖啡 because 想 not only means I want, also 想 has meaning I thinking or I miss. So I miss somebody or I miss something. If you just say 我想 and the object means I miss something, definitely Chinese people will think you miss something. If you say 我想我妈妈 that's perfect. I miss my mom. If you say 我想一杯咖啡 it sounds a little strange. If you want to make it sense, people will understand like I miss a cup of coffee. They think maybe you really like coffee and there's 1 month you haven't had any coffee, so you really miss the coffee. In this case, you say 我想咖啡 我想一杯咖啡 But if you in a restaurant you want a cup of coffee, definitely you say 我想要 not 我想 But if you want to do something, I think both are okay. For example, 我想去上海 我想去中国 I want to go to Shanghai. I want to go to China. So it's okay to say 我想去中国，我想要去中国。Not really big difference. Good. And yeah, so WX FLL. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce. It said 想念. Yes, of course. 想念 also means you know, as I said in the past, normally if the verb, two-syllable verb are formal than one-syllable verb. So 想念 is kind of a little formal way to say 想. For example, 我想念我的妈妈. It's kind of formal. So 我想念我的妈妈. It's like 我想我的妈妈. 我想 is more spoken. Good. 很好. And let's continue. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'd like to answer them for you. 好. Then I'd like to share another with you. Some students ask me about 经验 and 经历. They all means experience. So what's the difference? 经验, 经历, experience. The difference is, you know, 经验 normally means you know how to do something because you do that thing so many times, many times, so you know exactly how to do it. In this case, you say 我很有经验, or 我有很多经验. Kind of I have a rich experience. 我有很多经验. But 经历 just means you experienced something. Just means you ever done it before. It doesn't mean you know exactly how to do it. You can say 我有在中国工作的经历。我有在中国工作的经历 just means I have ever worked in China. But it doesn't mean I know everything about China and I know everything about every business in China. It doesn't mean that. It just means I did that. 我有在中国工作的经历。But if you say 我有在中国工作的经验, that's 经验. Yeah, that's great. That's really rich experience. You know exactly how to do. You do something. You did something many times. So you rich experience. Okay, good. Next thing is about friend. I heard some of my students, not only one, many of my students, they ever use this. For example, they say 我的中国人朋友, or they say 我中国的朋友. So is that correct? 中国人朋友 or 中国的朋友. Actually, it's not really common to say that. We Chinese people normally we say, of course, we're Chinese. Normally we not really mention this is my Chinese friend, right? But if we say this, it's better to say 中国朋友. 中国朋友. It's just a Chinese friend. We just use China friend. 中国朋友. You don't need a 中国人, because 朋友 and 人 is kind of same people or friend. You just use 朋友. 中国朋友. Okay. Also, normally we don't put the. We just say 中国朋友. Okay. Good. Then here, so what's the difference between 不得了 and 极了? 不得了 and 极了. So they all the degree word 不得了 and 极了. For example, let's just take example. I'm very happy today because many of my friends are watching my live video. So I'm so happy. So I can say 我高兴极了. 我高兴极了. 极 means top. 极 means top. So 高兴极了 is kind of I really happy. The degree is the top. So no further. It's extremely happy. 我高兴极了. And the 不得了 got the similar idea. It's also to show you the degree. It means very. Of course, you can say 我高兴的不得了. 不得了. Okay, so they are very similar, just to show very high degree. But I hear people use 急了 more than 不得了. 不得了 is much, I think, much spoken, but not really very commonly used as 急了. I heard more people say 急了 than 不得了, but good to know 不得了. Yeah, so it said, so Jack said, Teacher Wang, please answer my questions. I have some them over and over. Yes. Okay, so you said, what's the difference between 西班牙语 sorry, that's 西班牙语 and 西班牙文? That's a good question. That's about 语 and 文. Let's take example. 西班牙语 西班牙 language, 西班牙文 also language. But normally in spoken Chinese, we prefer to say 语, especially spoken language. For example, I'm learning Spanish. I will say 我在学习西班牙语. I'm not going to say 我在学习西班牙文. It's okay, but 文 is sounds like more formal. And 语 is more spoken. Also, it's more preferred spoken language. 西班牙语, 西班牙文, if you put 文, it's preferred the whole language, especially the feeling written language. Okay. So, if you say English, 我在学英文, or 我在学英语, actually both are okay. But 语 the feeling is more like spoken. 我在学习英语, I'm learning English. It's more spoken English. 我在学习英文 it's more like the whole English, reading, spoken, writing, grammar, like this. Okay, and also the feeling 语 is more spoken than 文. 好. So WXFILL, you have another question. What was the difference between 读书 and 学习? Yeah, very good question. We have so many great questions today. 学习 study. For example, 我学习中文, right? But 学习 is a verb. 学习 is just a verb. You can say 我学习 something. Verb and object. 我学习中文. But 读书, 读 is a verb. 书 is a noun, is an object. 读书. So for 读书, you make sentence, the sentence already finished. You cannot put another object. You cannot say 我读书中文, right? You just say 我读书. It could be I read a book. 读 could be read. So 我读书, I read a book. But also 读书 has the meaning I go to school, I study. I know characters. 我读书. 我是一个读书人. I'm a person with educated. I'm an educated person. 读书 also have this kind of feeling. 我读书. 好的. Good. 很好的问题. Let's continue. Okay. I think you know. 百分之一. 1%. 百 is 100. 分 is a kind of part. 100 part. 之 is a very classic way in Chinese. Ancient way to say of. It's like a de in Chinese right now. Yi is 1. So together that's 1 of 100 part. So that means 1%. 百分之一. 3% of course 百分之三. 3 of 100 part. That's the structure. So that's 之一 just means 1 of. Then after learning this, some of my students ask me, so can I say he's one of my friends? Use that 之一. How do you say that way? Then I think he's very smart and makes that sentence like this. 我的朋友之一. This means one of my friend. So he asked me, is that correct? 我的朋友之一. Of course, that's correct. Actually very smart, very good. And I'd like to tell you another way. 我的一个朋友. So 我的 the is the modern way to say of. So 我的 my 一个朋友 one friend. But here you notice we not really say one of my friend. In Chinese literally we say my one friend. We always put my in this case at the beginning. Then you put other thing after 我的. Okay. For example, one of my beautiful friends, you say 我的, you still put my at the beginning. 我的一个漂亮的朋友. Okay. Another thing I'd like to mention, 我的一个朋友 is more common to use because here we use the 我的 is a more modern way. It's more spoken feeling. But here 之一 that's correct, but the feeling is more classic. So because it's classical, so it's written. The feeling is more written. 他是我的一个朋友. Normally you say this way, 他是我的一个朋友. But of course you say 他是我的朋友之一. People think, wow, your Chinese is so great. You know that this way is more written way. But normally I prefer that way. 我的一个朋友. Okay. Good. Rob said 我读书读1个小时. Yeah, good. I read book. I read an hour. 我读书读1个小时. If I'm thinking if you're talking about the past tense, you will put 了. 我读书读了1个小时. 读了1个小时. Okay. 好. So Star B said 你是高中老师吗? So are you a high school Chinese teacher? No, I'm not. I'm in China. I'm a freelancer. I'm a Chinese teacher. I've been teaching Chinese for about since 2006, for about 13 years. So my students come to my classroom and face to me. Like right now, my student will sit in front of me and we talk about Chinese. And also I have some online students. We learn via Skype. Okay, good. So Rob says 我读书读的1个小时. 我学习的1个小时. 我读书读 I think better say 了. 我读书读了1个小时. I read book. I read for an hour. 我学习了1个小时. I learned for an hour. That's very good sentences. Perfect. 好的. Good. Another one I'd like to share with you. 我可以听懂一部分. 我可以听懂一部分. So this means I can 听懂 understand, listen and understand. 一部分 a part. So it means I can understand a part of what you said. So the important thing I'd like to share you is 一部分. The 一部分 you put after 听懂. 我可以听懂一部分. In English you say I can understand a part of what you said. But we say I can understand, yes, a part. 听懂一部分. Here 我可以听懂一小部分. That's interesting. If you want to say I can understand a little part of what you said, a tiny part, you can say 一小部分. Even sometimes you make it fun, you say 一小小部分. You put 2小 means even tight, 小小部分. Okay. Good. 好. There's the phrase, you said nothing special. Nothing special. How do you say nothing special in Chinese? Because sometimes I like to talk with my students when we start our class, kind of free talk, because that's actually it's helpful. It's based on my students' daily life or my daily life. We just have a free talk, have a warm up, and the student will use the words they know, and I try to help them to correct, so they build their own way to speak. That's great. So sometimes people want to say nothing special. Nothing special. How do you say that? We say 没什么特别的. Literally translate 没什么. There's no 特别的 special. So nothing special. 好. 你好. So KYLA, Pratt, 你好，好的。So WXFLL. So you have a question. You said 你有一个最喜欢的一点成语吗？我最喜欢的成语，it's not really some 成语 I like the most, but I can tell you one idiom I used the most. 我最常用的常用 often be used 最常用的成语是人山人海，人山人海。people mountain, people sea. So just means so many people. In China, most cities everywhere, in Shanghai, Beijing, Chengdu, all big cities, so many people everywhere. So 人山人海. Actually, I not really so many like so many people. 所以我不喜欢人山人海。But you find 人山人海。Okay. 好的。This one. 我给了他们上课。我给了他们上课。Is that correct to say? 我给了他们上课。It's not correct. Why? Because the tricky word 给. 给 could be give, but it's a tricky word. It not always means give. Sometimes it's more like for or to, kind of to somebody or for somebody. I do something. Here it's more like for, not really give, because you find another verb in this sentence. Another verb is not clear actually, but you find there's another verb. It's 上课. 上 is a verb. 上课 means to have a class. As a teacher means to give class. As a student means attend the class. They both 上课. So 我给了他们上课. Actually, you need to say 我给他们上课. I, for them, gave the class. 我给他们上课. If you find another verb in this sentence, normally 给 is not verb. 给 just means for or to. So because 给 is not verb, you are not going to put a 了 after 给. You put a 了 after. If you want to put a 了, you have to put after the real verb 上. You can say 我给他们上了课。我给他们上了课。好的。Then I show you another one. That's my question for you. So, do you know this one? 黄了，黄了。What does it mean? So, you know 黄. I think you know 黄, right? 黄 is a color, yellow. Le could be past tense, but it could be something changed, the situation changed. 黄了 here definitely is changed, not really past tense. You make no sense you put past tense after yellow. Just means something become yellow. 黄了. But if I say 这个商店 this shop 黄了, what does it mean? This shop become yellow. What does it mean? Okay, it just means it is closed. It's kind of bankrupt. It's shut down. We say 黄了 because 黄 make you feel the autumn. The leaves become yellow, brown, and fell down. So it just means finished. If you say some business 黄了, the shop 黄了, the supermarket 黄了, or the cinema 黄了, just means it's closed, shut down. Good to know. Yeah, so you said it closed. Yes, right, closed. Means will not open again because of some maybe finance problem or some problem, just closed. So right now some shops near my classroom 黄了，一些商店黄了。好，So Rob said, in English we say a business is in the red. Okay, we use different color. That's very good to know. Means it loses money. Yes, red. But in Chinese it's kind of opposite. We like the color red. So the red color, that's funny. In the stock market, you find many numbers there. If the company earn money, the stock go up, then the number is red color, in red color. If the company lose money, so the line is go down, then it's green color. I think it's opposite to English, because we Chinese people, we think the red color is that's great, the red. So the red color always stands for good thing, so going up, up, up. But the green is a kind of bad thing. Oh, that's green, oh, we lose money, like this. So that's very interesting, very good to know. 谢谢你啊，谢谢你 Rolf。好的 ，So the time flies. It's been half an hour already. 好的 Then thank you everybody for joining me in this Q&A class. If you like this Q&A, because I believe it's a very good way to improve your Chinese, you can subscribe in my email list, and I will announce the date for the next Q&A class. You can find the link in the description box below. Also, I have a course. I have another 100 Q&A questions and answers. They all from the daily life and very commonly asked by my students. Also, you can have a look. You can find the link in the descriptions too. 好的，那么谢谢大家，我们下次见，再见。